some more.
Yo, what's good people, Izzy Max here, back again with another tier list video. In today's tier list, we're going to be doing the champions. And yes, you can't see because it's behind my face cam, but Mustard is here. He is technically a Galar champion. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and explain how I'm ranking these. These are going to be ranked based on A, how I like them just as a character overall, B, how I think their team scales to be a champion, and how I think that team actually encompasses the region that they are champion in. So without further ado, we have blue. I'm actually going to put blue and red both in the same spot because, well, A, this is a player character, so of course you're going to like him. But blue, really good character, really good rival. A person that when you get to fight the champion in Gen 1, you know that it's going to be a really good match because both characters have done what they need to do to get to where they are at. And both teams super balanced, meeting a lot of cores, not having a lot of duplicate typings, and just overall solid examples to start off the Pokemon series. Next up, we have Lance. Lance is the first technical champion, but if you have a good ice type and a way to beat Gyarados, you kind of just run through his team. All you need is ice and electric coverage, and he just loses. It's actually a really easy fight if you have the right mons. Also, he's a cheater because his Dragonites are under-leveled. But, yeah. I believe this is Wallace. He ended up turning into, I believe, the gym leader in, like, Emerald. But he's basically a water specialist, so his team is a lot of water Pokemon. If he was able to do like a rain strategy, I feel like his team could work, but I was never a fan of Wallace. I preferred our next choice here. And his team, I'm actually going to put up here, was super annoying. So first of all, if you're trying to do a challenge run in these games, you have to deal with like Toxic from the Skarmory, which is annoying. Also, his team isn't just steel types. He does have a affinity for steel types, but he also has the fossils in Cradily and Armaldo. Also, I believe he has Claydol. So his team is kind of diverse in its typings, but not really. Again, though, overall, great character. You do find him throughout the game, kind of cheering you on and everything. I'm actually going to put Cynthia above him. Steven, sorry, I'm saying him like you all know who that is. But Cynthia, overall, is probably one of the better champions after Blue and Red. Just because her team, super diverse. Garchomp is a pain in the butt. She also has Spiritomb, which in that generation had no weaknesses. Throughout the game, you're not just like questioning who this is. You understand who this character is almost from the beginning of the game, and you know how strong she actually is. I believe this guy's name is Alder. I didn't play Black and White, but I played Black and White 2 with Iris being the champion. But I do know Alder's team is a bit weird. It's not... It doesn't really have any synergies on his team. I do know he has the Volcarona, which can be terrifying, but huge rock weakness, not great physical defense. Overall, just kind of a weird character. I do know you meet him, I believe, after you get your first gym badge or right before. Not a very prevalent character. Iris, however, she is the dragon specialist. I'm actually going to move Alder down here. She is a dragon specialist, kind of like Lance. She is an anime protagonist, so she is very well known. But I don't like super centralized teams for a champion. Because, okay, she's the champion. She's the dragon type specialist. Well, what if I roll up to her with all my ice types and I just wipe the floor? Then I'm the champion. Even though my team might have been weaker, I just had the type advantage over her. So, overall, I don't like that. I don't remember what this character's name is, but I know it's X and Y. And her team is actually overall pretty good. As much as I like Lance, I'm actually going to move him down here. Same with Wallace. Put Wallace up here. Oh, come on. I think her name is Diantha? I could be way wrong. Tell me if I'm wrong in the comment section. I think it's Diantha, but I'm not sure. Her main Pokemon was the Mega Gardevoir, but her team was decently diverse. The only thing I didn't like about her as a champion is the Rock Gym Leader in X and Y has the pre-evolutions of two of her Mons in Aurorus and Tyrantrum. So it was kind of questionable, but her team was very well put together. This is the introduction to fairy types. I figured she would be a fairy specialist, but she wasn't, which is good because there was a fairy gym leader. But yeah. So next up we have Howl. Why is he champion? Was he champion? I didn't play Ultra Sun and Moon. I refused to. So I didn't know he was the actual champion, because I know I'm going to skip this because I'm going in timeline order, because I know in Sun and Moon, Kukui is the first champion. He's actually going to go in the A tier. He's a character that followed you throughout your journey. He has the opposite starter to you, same with Howl. And then I'm just going to throw Howl down here. I don't like him. I know he wasn't my worst rival, but I don't understand why he's champion. Just go here. Yeah. Tracy. No. Is that his name? This is the Pokemon Go guy. Just no. That game does not have any competitive aspects to it at all. Anyway, next up we have Leon. I want to move Steven down, and I'm put Leon here. Leon is actually a really good champion. His team is actually pretty diverse if you don't make him pick Scorbunny, because then he'll have 2 fire types. But he does have like Aegislash, one of my favorite mons. Charizard, one of my favorite Pokemon to use in the meta currently. And then he has like Haxorus, and if he has the Rillaboom, his team I think is honestly better. I guess Inteleon could be pretty good. But overall, he's a solid character, solid champion. And then lastly, we have Mustard. I'm just going to put him down here. We don't know what he was like when he was champion. When you fight him at the end of the DLC, spoiler warning, he's not that hard, I guess. He does have the other Urshifu. But other than that, yeah, I think this is going to be... Let me look at it real quick, see if I want to change anything. I like my S tiers. These are all solid champions. If I had to move anybody down, it'd probably be Leon. And these are in order, so I am going to move Steven probably above Kukui, but not above Diantha is what I'm going to call her. I like Lance more than Iris. Wallace, Alder, and Howl for some reason. I like that. And then I don't like whoever this character is, period. So I'm going to move Mustard up. Yeah. So that's going to be my tier list for the champions. Again, if you guys have any recommendations for tier listings that I can do in upcoming videos, do leave them in the comment section down below or at me at IzzyMax4. And without further ado, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.